Hello, my name is Alyssa Shweky, and I am a multilingual speech language pathologist currently working in my private practice, both conducting and supervising monolingual and bilingual preschool and school age speech and language assessments across the 5 boroughs of New York City. I conduct evaluations in both Spanish and Hebrew, and I use interpreters for evaluations with esoteric languages. I am also an adjunct lecturer and a clinical supervisor at the CUNY Brooklyn College Speech and Hearing Graduate Center. I am part of the full 2022 cohort of the SLPD program at Mass General Hospital Institute of Health Professions. As a bilingual evaluator, my goal in my research is to educate speech language pathologists on what an evidence-based bilingual assessment should look like. As a multilingual speech language pathologist, I encounter students with varying cultural and linguistic diversity. A bilingual student who is either raised bilingually or arrives in the United States with a lack of exposure to the English language may struggle in their academics. This can lead teachers to incorrectly classify the student with a speech and language disorder or even a learning disability. Bilingualism is a combination of basic interpersonal communication skills, BICS, and cognitive academic language proficiency, CALP, which is academic language like literacy skills and critical thinking. A student that has not yet acquired BICS in English does not automatically have a language disorder or require special education services. Rather, they may require English as a new language, ENL support. Deciphering the language difference versus the language disorder has been a career focus of mine. A language difference would signify a bilingual student is struggling because they have not yet acquired BICS and CALP. A language disorder would signify the student is struggling in their language skills in their native language as well, regardless of their bilingualism. Any individual placed in a classroom where they have limited exposure to the academic language will unequivocally fail. So why is understanding how to assess a bilingual student so important? Political influences allowing for open borders further increase the migrant bilingual population in New York City. 1,400 new migrant students have been added to the New York City public school system on the first day of the 2022 school year. Global influences, including the unrest in war-torn countries, have further added to asylum seekers in the United States. As such, this trend and increase in the bilingual population will contribute to current as well as future difficulties in the delivery of bilingual services. Many speech language pathologists reported that they have encountered bilingual students that they have felt unprepared to address or work with. So what is so challenging about assessing a bilingual student? One would opine we are all SLPs trained in assessments. Grosjean is very often requoted in his statement that bilinguals are not two monolinguals in one. So when testing bilingual students, we must do something different than with monolinguals. Here's a favorite cartoon of mine. For a fair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. Please climb that tree. So clearly this is a task that not everybody here can do. The significant variability among the linguistic skills of bilingual students contributes to a complex and unique situation for each student. It is crucial to underscore this difficulty as the initial barrier in servicing the bilingual population. Let's discuss what incorporates this variability and what we are looking at. An ethnographic interview is used to obtain a complete picture while incorporating a student's cultural and linguistic diversity. We need to disambiguate the following information regarding their language exposure to understand language dominance. What age are they first exposed to English? Are they simultaneous bilinguals where their both languages have been introduced before the age of 3? Or are they sequential bilinguals where the second language, L2, was introduced after the age of 3? What is their current use of each language and how much input of each language are they getting? What is a true language disorder and what is simply a language difference in that the student is still learning the second language? When testing a bilingual student, we should take into account that standardized assessments are normed on monolingual populations. So what can we do? Firstly, we want to conduct a dynamic assessment. We want to have a sensitive assessment while using a qualitative item analysis approach. We want to look at morphosyntax versus semantics in terms of vocabulary, grammar, and narratives, and what sociocultural factors may impact testing. My capstone project will delve further into what this looks like. Thank you for listening. Bye.